Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, we are talking about those elusive resources. You need a bunch of them, and they take forever to get. So, this is a short video today covering a couple different techniques to get free resources and to double your resource production. You might say, how are we going to double our production? Let's check it out. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about, obviously, is going to be gathering resources. We need March queues. So if you see here, I have 6 March queues out gathering. So if you're new to the game, the very first thing that I recommend that you do once you have your 4 March queues active is start investing in VIP, right? So at VIP 6 plus 1 March queue. So this is going to give you your 5th March queue. Okay, and that might be as far as some people can go. But if you come up to your store here, to the top-up center, you're going to be able to pick up a package that is extra March. And it's probably one of the most valuable packages that you could ever buy. It's going to give you your 6th March. I think it costs like $3. That 6th March is going to allow you to do a lot more than just gather resources. That particular March is going to be super, super valuable in events like the Frostfire Mine. The game in that particular event is going to give you troops, so you'll be able to fill those marches. So the more marches you have, the more points you're going to get. Spend the gems when you're starting out. Get to VIP 6. Get that extra March queue. Super important to do that. And then if you can put it together, spend a couple bucks and get that 6th March. While you're at it, get the extra builder. Like, your development is going to happen so much faster if you can do 2 buildings at the same time. Right? But that is also going to put you on the resource grind, because now you've got to fund these builds, right? And everybody knows resources suck. Especially the bigger you get, the more they suck. I mean, they suck a little bit less in lump sums after Furnace 30, because it breaks you up. Let's see the upgrade. It's going to break you up into 5 individual upgrades for an FC level. So you have to upgrade this building 5 times to go 1 level. So the cost for each level is substantially lower, but it's still such a pain. So what I want to cover is resource generation. As I showed, I already have 6 marches out. Okay. What you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to go to growth, go to gathering speed. And I do this every day. This runs nonstop. Gathering speed boost. So we're going to do 24-hour use. So this is going to double our gathering speed for 24 hours. And that is with all marches out. So this is very helpful. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to activate our chief house bonuses. So these chief orders, these are already active here. I'm going to change accounts so I can show you how this works. Okay, here we are again. Now we're ready to do this. So this is my farm account, and we're going to cover farms a little bit also. So probably twice a week, I come in here and I say, just like this, productive day. chief order. This is 100% increase in output over all work sites for 24 hours of survivor time. We're going to activate that. So your survivors, obviously, are all these little guys. So we've doubled our output for 24 hours of their work time. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to activate urgent mobilization. So force survivors at all work sites to work for 48 hours straight. Now this is a -10 in mood for all survivors. Keep that in mind. We'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to activate that. Tell them all, get out of bed, get to work. You're going to go work for 2 days. The next thing that we're going to activate is a rush job. Okay, so we've doubled our daily output for 1 day, and then we've told everybody to go to work for 48 hours. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to activate rush job. So this is going to give us 5 days worth of resources from all work sites. All right. So now we've gathered 5 days worth of resources immediately. They're going to continue in their increased production. So they'll continue just adding in up here. Now, the next thing we need to consider is a couple of these had -10 mood, right? So this one was -10 mood for all survivors. And productive day was -10 mood for all survivors. So these survivors, if you're not new to the game, you know, they complain and whine about everything. Right, so if you come right up here and you click on your survivors and you go to your details tab, you can see how happy, how satisfied, how hungry, everything they are, how much praise you have, right? So if you just let it go like this, it'll be fine, but eventually your resource production is actually going to get docked because the survivors are unhappy, their mood is too low. So you want to make sure that you come back in after doing 1, 2, 3. Now it takes about 25 minutes. So this urgent mobilization needs to go into cooldown mode. And as soon as that happens, you come in here and you click festivities. So you're going to throw them a little party. That's going to do a 50-point increase in mood and 30-point increase in comfort. That's going to keep them from getting pissed off and reducing their output. This is very important. But you could do this every day. I do it almost every day on my main account because I go through a lot of resources. This is my farm account. I don't do it as much as I probably should, but I've been using a lot less resources than I used to. The last thing I want to cover is the fact that this is a farm account. So after I created my first account, which is my main account, I went back into the game and I created a second account. What you do is you come up here and you click on your profile picture. And then you go to settings. And then click characters. And then you can add a character. And when you add a character, scroll down and select the state that your main account is currently in. They'll allow you to have 2 accounts in the same state. Now, once you have that second account established, you can send out all your guys, all the same things. Send people out. I got a couple marches I need to send out. Again, this right here, the resource gathering is activated. And I typically have marches out at all times, which generates a large amount of resources here. Okay. So on these resources, you can see that I've got 123.8 million. And the little shield means it's protected, which means I can't be looted for that on each one of these. That's what the shield means. The balance can be. So when my main account needs resources, what I do is I just send all my troops out. So everybody is out of the town. And I bring my main account and I attack it. And I attack it and I attack it until all of the unprotected resources are gone. Now, another little trick, if you already have a farm and you have protected resources that you need to access, then what you can do is you can go in and you can start a build, right? Let's say you were going to do an upgrade. So click on it like you're going to do an upgrade. You start the upgrade and then you click back on it. Let's go over here. And you would hit this little red button. And it's going to ask you if you want to cancel. And it'll refund all resources spent, including speed ups. We're going to cancel that. We don't want to cancel this. So if you use protected resources and you start a build and then you cancel that build, when those resources come back to you, they're not protected. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. Okay, so to recap for the day, when you start the game, create a second account. This should be like a free-to-play account that you're going to use just to generate resources for you. The next thing you're going to focus on, primarily in your main account very first, and then in your secondary account, is getting your VIP level to level 6 so that you can get an extra march there. And then if you have the ability to, purchase one more additional march. That's going to give you 6 marches total. Then we're going to go to our chief orders that are located here or also located in the chief's house. Then we're going to activate Productivity Day. And then we're going to activate Urgent Mobilization. Then Rush Job. And then in about 25 minutes, we're going to activate Festivities to make the survivors happy again. If you like this content or content like it, leave me a like. If you have any questions or have any videos that you would like to see, put those in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, I really appreciate it if you would. Thanks for hanging out with me again. We'll see you in the next video.